Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. Got my July issue. Now, you're going to be seeing this probably well past July of 2018. Issue of Acts and Facts. We're just going to take a little journey through this. I like to just take them and kind of show what's in here. So, it's going to tell you what's going to be in this issue, and it's going to be selling DVDs. Now, Acts and Facts is kind of going to be along the same lines as the Creation Museum in the Cincinnati area. And they're actually coming up with their own Creation Museum in the Dallas area. Personally, I like Acts and Facts better. I do get a lot of information out of Ken Ham's stuff as well. She's got kind of a human chimp DNA comparison, interview with a geneticist, common sense thing. And, a lot is made from evolution. They said, well, mankind is 98% DNA with the chimp. Well, we're 66% the same DNA with an oyster. So does that mean we're 2/3 oyster? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the reasoning is just bogus. But this is the type stuff that you get. Another thing I really like about Acts and Facts is, like, if I don't have time, which I haven't recently because I've been editing. It's actually August 2018. This is the July 2018 issue, though. Is it gives you like bullet points of what's covered there, and it just lets you see, if you want to be doing it, read this and all this. And so this is going to end that article, and it's going to have an advertisement for seminars that they do. You have the University of Dallas, you have First Baptist Church of Dallas with Robert Jeffries, going to be real big into this. It's amazing to me, like, how evangelical leaders are really getting demonized horribly in the United States of America. I think it was 2008, my brother, who's a very liberal person, told me this was going to happen. Okay, Paladero Canyon Rock Showcase Genesis, Radio Halos, Nature's Tiny Mysteries. So, this is the kind of stuff. So you don't have to be a scientist. Those of you that believe that science is all about consensus, now think about what you're saying. The consensus about certain minority groups in the past, the consensus about heliocentrism and geocentrism in the past. It's not. It's about facts. It's about truth. It's about repeatability, observability. And sometimes you've got to be a Galileo or a Copernicus and just go out, and say truth regardless. And I may have flipped that too quick. So this is more on the radio halos. And another thing I really like too is they'll always have like academic studies that they'll have footnotes. Now, a lot of people say, why aren't creationists published in scientific journals? And basically it's because they're shut out. Because they would say the concept of God is a spirit. We only dwell in the natural world, so the concept of spirit has no place in that. So it's good for them to have their own scientific journals like this. So ICR has been around for a long time. Here's the Discovery Center update. Codons are not degenerate after all. Another thing that I really like is they'll take conventional scientific studies that seem to be trumpeted, and they will do the repeatability, testability, and disprove them. And usually their disproving does enter the mainstream of science. It really crushes it sometimes, or at least gives a doubt and an alternate viewpoint. So I really, really greatly appreciate their work in that. So did medieval artists see real dinosaurs? I would say yes. Let's look at that. I would say that medieval scientists did see real dinosaurs. It's, kind of hard to argue with the sauropods. Now, I have not read this article. He may argue that they did not, for whatever reason. But like the Nile Palestina mosaic, and different things, artifacts, forbidden archaeology. There are so many things that are just not talked about, like the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid and these type things. Okay, adaptive solutions are targeted, not trial and error. And also they just kind of, the adaptations occur so rapidly that it didn't occur over millions and billions of years, that God created our DNA to adapt to our environment very, very quickly. So this is good, great for homeschoolers, great for Christian schools, great for public schools if public schools will ever get with the program. Hallelujah. Withstanding winter weather, like it says, article highlight, insects and arachnids in northern latitudes are susceptible to freezing death when winter approaches. The creatures avoid the frigid fate by migrating to warmer places, living underground during winter, or using natural antifreeze the Creator built into their bodies. So that's, neat that they know God put that mechanism of migration into, such as the monarch butterfly, other types of butterflies, to get away from that. The swallows of San Juan Capistrano, on and on. So that's really cool right there. And then counting the cost, the museum, Lord willing, I'd love to go to this museum sometime. And then it's just got some questions and answers, the questions and answers section on the back page. So, it's free. Let me reemphasize this. This is free. And I remember, I used to get this when it was this little 2-color thing that looked like the old Chuck Missler magazine. It was very technical, Dwayne Gish and all this. And, now they just make it so nice. So great ministry. I know my friend Dr. Arnold Molenpaugh, chemist, who's young earth creationist, has worked for them somewhat in years past. Then they found out he was apostolic, kicked him out. But they said he was very nice. They said they were very nice kicking him out. So that's just good stuff, good resources to buy. You can go to ICR.org, which stands for the Institute Creation Research.org. And, one thing I've noticed about people who are not young earth creationists and stuff, they don't like to debate a lot. They like to just shut down. They just don't like to think for some reason. They're just like, make it illegal. It can't be presented in schools. No. And it's less than 100 years ago. 2025 was it Austin P., governor of Tennessee, who said you couldn't teach evolution in schools. That's less than 100 years ago, to 1925. So God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.